set up
Yeah, we're set up. We're live. Someone can bring us in.
go ahead, kick it off.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakapadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled birds scattered throughout the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you we say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying camp session. We are the brothers from the Gms Chicago camp, coming back at you with another indoor camp session. All right, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. And as you can see, the title of the camp session, it says distractions. All right, and as you can see right now with everything that's happening worldwide in these current events, all right, the current situation worldwide geopolitically is war is on the table, man. And right now that war is on the table, you have all these distractions that they're using in the media, man. As far as the Epstein files being released, okay, you got all these different scandals going out. Okay, you got Prince Andrew just got arrested. But what's going on with everybody else in America, though? How come the Congress members, both Democratic and Republicans, what's going on with them? You see? So there's just a bunch of distractions, even though the economy is tanking. Everything is on the table, man. Prophecy is speaking loud and clear right now, man. All right?
All right, go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it reads, "Let Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices." And right, that's what Esau does, man. Ultimately, when he gets caught, man, he ultimately puts Diddy in front of your face. He puts Bill Cosby in front of your face. Jordan. You know, Michael Jordan, to ultimately to put distractions in front of the people, man. But we know, to us that has his knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the Lord has given us the eyesight to see through the bullshit, man.
And those distractions are devices, okay? Yep. This is a Google AI mode. Distraction is the process of diverting attention away from a primary focus,
right,
often leading to a loss of concentration or a state of mental confusion. It can stem from external sources like noise and social media, or internal sources like daydreaming and anxiety. All right, but the fact is Esau is using all of these stupid ass news stories to take your attention off of more important things.
Right. Not saying that the Epstein files isn't important, all right, because it is important, all right, because supposedly Esau using being exposed as a distraction too. Because really, if you really think about it, it says what Job 9, the earth is getting to the hand of wicked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many ordinary people like us? Well, we're not ordinary. I mean, the average citizen, what the fuck they gonna do to all those congressmen and celebrities and politicians and all those guys that own a big car? Is they gonna like arrest them or beat them up or fire them from the job? What power they really had over them?
Right, are they gonna separate their families? Because now the parents are criminals and the kids are alone. So you would have to separate their families. Right. Create cages and take away the parents and put their kids in a detention center where they can't be with the parents because the parents are criminals. Separate their families, Esau. Mm-hmm. Treat them like the criminals they are. Mm-hmm. But I have a scripture just to back up what you said. Right. It's Ephesians 5:11, and I'm going to read verse 12. It says, "And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them." So like the other said, it's not that they're not important, but they're only used as distraction. But we do reprove them because this is who walks around the earth claiming to be and having the judgment of the Most High and even appearing to him. Because Esau will tell you there is no God, but if there is one, he looks like me. He don't look like you.
Right.
Remember that about Esau. Right. Verse 12. "For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done in the secret. But all things are reproved that are made manifest by the light, for whatsoever doth make manifest is light." So those things are brought up to show that if somebody could get the scripture, wicked in high places. See, most brothers used to watch the Illuminati revolution, and there was never nothing to immediately connect the dots. Thanks to the era of information, now you click the C. What did that one old man? His lawyer's like, "You don't shut up. I'm gonna kill." Because he was connecting the most powerful people that you guys have impressed. He said, all they told me is that he gave them financial advice. The Googlers, the Rothschild, he told that his lawyer's like, I will take you to Satan himself if you don't shut up. He literally told that man to shut up or he'd kill him.
Right.
Because what he was doing, he was talking too much. See how Esau, he'll frame himself if you give him a number bro. He's like, yeah, man, that was a normal thing.
Right.
We used to have those in the background of the music video. You know, like Esau will trip. You know, Esau's over here exposing himself that Psalm 64 and 8, his own tongue, man.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not being revealed by so-called black elites. He's being revealed by the so-called his so-called compatriots.
Right. Then they had like a witness against him.
Ooh.
This is breaking news. Mr. Robertson had passed away now. He accidentally slipped on the slope in the shower and he hit his head.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Right.
The guy that created
Right.
the water-based engine committed suicide after it. Like, you know, they're like, what?
Right.
He
Right.
cured AIDS and then shot himself. Ain't that some shit?
In the back of the head.
Right, he wanted to save all his lives, but his, you know, like, oh, man.
Right.
Damn.
You know, and Esau is really a devil because his politicians, what they have said in the past is never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna use this situation.
Epstein thing.
Yep, they're gonna use it to their advantage, man. They're gonna use the fact that people are distrusting the politicians now, and they're gonna go into and say, well, we need a better system in place, and that's where the technocracy comes in. That's where the AI system comes in. That's where the MOTBB system gets uploaded, man. And they already have everything in place. Now what they're doing is they're allowing the public distrust in public institutions to rot. And they're
Right.
doing it on purpose, man. So Esau, like it says right here in Ephesians 6:12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And if there's one thing that those Epstein files prove is that these devils, they are involved in heavy witchcraft, man. There is heavy spiritual wickedness in these high places, and it's all connected, man. From every government agency down to the school system, down to even when you go into the files, they were going that even those live touch pictures of when children go to school and you get those pictures, those public school pictures.
Yep.
All of that is a catalog for those people, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how do you think models get discovered? You think that somebody literally falls from the sky? Oh my God, you're gorgeous.
Hell no.
They've been following you
All
for
the
like
yearbooks.
16 years.
Everything is connected.
Imagine the weirdo that's been looking at
That movie.
2 years.
What's that movie about the football player? Did they watch them?
Him,
Blindside.
Him.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a good movie too.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, they had a thing called Barazon. I don't know if y'all remember that Barbazon or something. It was a model. Yeah, it was a modeling agency. They'll catch you at the mall or whatever. No, not that. But
No. What?
but they would they'll like be at a mall and passing out
Yeah.
flyers and shit.
I remember stuff like that.
And we went. Me and my wife went with my daughters and shit. And it was in the John Hancock building. And
Oh.
bro,
I
we
think I went there
Straight up
too.
there.
Yeah,
I used to go down there all the time.
you go in there and they got the models. They look like fucking robots and
Yup.
shit. All the plastic surgery, and they got Justin Bieber, Hannah Montana, all
Yup.
that shit there.
Right.
So the bitch tried to bring my daughter into the room like we could talk to her about something.
Nope.
I ain't talking to shit.
Nope.
Like, hey, fuck that. But we wasn't gonna deal with no way. We had just started like kind of coming into the truth so much. I want to see what the fuck they talking about.
Yeah.
And they made them walk around, model and all that shit. Man, them motherfuckers are deep. I think that was a part where they take kids from.
Hey,
Yeah.
so hold
yeah.
on. And this ain't Joe funny, but ain't it coincidence that the Cheesecake Factory is located right now?
Right.
Yeah, I tell you go get some ice cream, some
Yeah.
cheesecake.
Man.
They would have some orange chicken and never came back.
And actually,
Yeah.
the lady escorted me out because I was chewing gum, right? She was like, "Can you spit?" I'm like, "I ain't spitting out nothing. I already in there with an attitude."
Yeah.
And then she was like, trying to talk, like, forget what your parents saying. I'll talk to you and talk about it. I'm like, you don't talk to my fucking child like that.
Damn.
So I started raising my voice. And so
Right.
she was like, all right, we're done. And they escorted me and my wife.
Time to
kids out there.
Hey,
trying
that's-
to usurp the authority
Yeah.
of the father.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
exactly
Now, one of the things Kadash, as he was talking, right? One of the things that's coming out in these FCU cases, all right, there are alleged, eating of flesh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that too.
And alleged raping of children. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12
Yeah,
and
my
5.
listen, grab that.
And also, those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood. Okay, so these are
Hold on, sis, because what connects to that is Ezekiel 28 when he called Esau the prince of Tyre. Tyre is a Canaanite city. And why that? Because Esau doing this, he spiritually is doing this. Well, spiritually, he took on spiritual aspect of Canaan by sacrificing those children to Baal or Moloch. All right, but go ahead.
with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that kill with their own hands, souls destitute of help. Okay,
All them childhood stars out, all them, they complain that their parents were shit poor broke. All these little white little kids you see on TV, they were sold out by parents that were hypes.
Wow.
Like the brother said, hey, if the brother wasn't hype, you don't think they would have been like, hey, we got something for you. Hold on, let's just talk to her first. Now, well, let's see what they got. That's exactly what they did to Lindsay Lohan's parents. They did it to Mary Kate and Mary Kate Olsen. Most of these people that were willing to sacrifice their kids were these Edomites, man.
And
Right.
so like if I may, in that same time, right, in that situation, it was a Jake, Southern Kingdom brother, right? He was getting on his daughter. His daughter was like crying. And he was like, come on, you need to get yourself together.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. He was snapping at his little girl because she wouldn't go along with
Because
the shit,
it was
bro.
the dependency. She's like, look, you're taken out of here.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why Esau come, because he can compromise you, man. Because he knows you're in need, man.
Yeah.
And the scripture, what the scripture says, it says the Lord will keep you from sin through want, man. The Lord will have you broke for a goddamn reason, man.
Damn, bro. For real, man.
See, we've been telling you people this shit been going on for years and shit. Man, y'all bunch of crazy ass niggas, man.
Right.
Man, no, man, he don't do that. I grew up watching that guy, man. No, man. See, I'm in the barber shop and I sat next to him and I heard his voice, man. You know, man. Yeah, they all of them do that shit.
What you mean, Tom Hanks? You're from Philadelphia.
Yeah, man. Man, Jesse Jackson, man. He bought milkshake McDonald's in 1984. All right? Jake just fucking simple. Look, all the politicians, all of them do it, man.
Yeah.
You can't not wear Ralph Lauren, all this shit, because all of them do it. All right, all the politicians, everybody that own those companies, the McDonald's, the Starbucks, all of them do this shit. What you gonna do? You gonna come outside naked? You ain't gonna eat no more?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It says scripture that we should be in one of all things, man. It says Deuteronomy 28 and 43 and 44 that we should go this man for things, man. All right. So the only person that does it is Yahawah. Yahawah can take that Hydra. All right, because Hydra is like a creature, reptile. You cut his head off, none will pop up. Because even if you unalive one that will get rid of the group, guess what? Another group gonna pop up. All right, so you need divine intervention to get rid of this damn devil Esau, man. That damn Hydra, that serpent, man. All right, go ahead.
This Isaiah 47 and 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And Esau is being exposed through each side, man. Esau is being exposed by his own people, and there's people that are looking at them Epstein files and going deep into it and bringing out the information. And it's his own people, man. Not only that, but I've seen a video where even with immigrations, they be taking children.
Oh, that's been happening, but see,
that's been happening.
Right.
But a recent video has popped up where he asked, "Hey, where are you taking these children?" And he wouldn't answer, and then he gave up. They were taking them in this van, all the children, and he told them, he said, "Look, I'm not supposed to say anything, but a lot of these children don't come back."
Yeah.
You know, so they're doing a lot of wicked shit that the Lord sees and that we don't see, but the Lord sees all that, man.
And if I may, what's so messed up about you Edomites and what's being exposed is your hypocrisy, because a lot of you Edomites that are sitting on your fucking couch, you were more mad about the Super Bowl halftime show than you are about these files, man.
About your favorite politician and actor.
You were more angry about Charlie Kirk dying than fucking this shit being exposed, man. You fucking Edomites are fucking stupid as fuck. And you call yourself a Christian? Yo, you fucking Edomites are disgusting, man.
But now,
it's
on a global scale. See, that's the beautiful thing. Before, you were only stupid in America. Now
Right.
you're stupid globally.
Damn.
Right.
Damn. Hey, the YAHAWASHI
Damn.
said, can you jump to verse 9 in Isaiah 47? Is where you done?
This is Isaiah 47, verse 9.
The whole chapter, because it says, I mean, but go ahead, start there, because it says, weary that, go ahead.
It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children, the widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments.
Right, because even Revelation 18 said this place is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, man. So all this, wickedness that Esau Edom has been building up upon years and years and years, hey, the Lord is going to destroy this shit in 1 hour, man.
Yeah, I seen a video, Southside, the Village Shahar on his TikTok he had posted.
Yeah.
About that,
Yeah,
about
that's a
that
good
draft from 18. So, starting December 18th of 2026, if we're in here that long, it's gonna go into law that you don't have to register as long as you're from 18 from 26 years old. You're automatically enlisted to serve in the military, which means that even your government thinks you're less than a year away from, because this already what, February?
Yeah.
Halfway through February?
Yeah.
They're about to end up.
So you have 9 months?
Maybe about to be
Like 10 days
something.
left.
So your government knows that you guys have less than a year to prepare to go to war. Because by the time that you're already gonna get by the time they give you your paper, you're already getting shipped out. You don't get the letter, they're like, hey, prepare. No. They're like, hey, report to wherever you gotta report, because you gotta go.
God.
Then that's like I said, the Glad posted that, and we always, good to fact check, because one thing that Esau uses is his mediums. He uses them to give information and disinformation.
Yes.
That's why the elders always tell you, take it with a grain of salt, get off your ass and go Google it. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: there's never been an article that's been credible that only came from one source. In fact, sometimes you'll see Associated Press on different other channels posted because they say, hey, we're using this source. Okay, so then it'll be a credible, because Esau, hey, the college teams get ranked on the Associated Press, right? The AP poll. So you think that they'd be up to date with America and the Americana? So why wouldn't they be up to date with these controversial laws, these controversial actions? See, Esau, it's convenient how he used the Lord's before the Lord and after the Lord as a timeline. But now that Christianity doesn't profit him, oh man, why y'all taking that book so serious? Are you kidding me? You claim civilization based on the birth and death of this man, pre and after, and then now Christianity's out the door. Now daylight savings times. Now the Catholic Church. Now you can't eat meat on Fridays. What?
Right.
And the crazy thing is that when Trump was running in this campaign, he was running as a Christian. He was selling the Trump Bible. He was selling the Trump sneakers, the Trump cologne.
Oh, you took that from my UIC. He had breakdowns.
He had his own Bible, the Trump Bible.
He's like, if these Power Rangers can do it, I can do it too.
He got into office, and then all of that went out the window. He said he was running in his campaign talking about, he was on Fox News telling, the lady was asking him in the interview, are you going to release the files? And he said, yes, we're going to release the files.
Yes.
But once I'm in the office and my administration is going to do everything in their power to release it. And well, guess what happened? They're not doing it. Hey, the DOJ, the head of the DOJ, Pam Bondi, all right, she's being exposed. There's videos of her 11 years ago talking about how she's running as a lawyer and basically as a defense attorney to protect people from getting trafficked. But now, fast forward 11 years later, 2026,
The Pasole.
Pasole.
Damn.
And Jake be joking around. They're like, you guys are lucky that the Spanish came and brought us pigs, or else I'd be eating the flesh of my enemies. Like Jake be joking on that shit.
What? That's why those curses came on there.
And that's what I'm saying, brother.
Right, and that's why when Esau came over, the other Issachar tribes team up with him because they got tired of your bullshit.
And look, the like you said, they all sacrificed to Moloch. It just appears different,
Right?
because you guys take your kids to catechism, to Catholic schools. You damn near reinforced a new generation of pedophiles to have new children, and they're your children. It's not like you're catching Edomites in the wild and bringing them to them. You're bringing them your nephew, your grandchild, your niece. Jake be like, let's go do this baptism before Satan gets him. Nigga, you're taking him straight to him. What are you talking about?
And that's why there's not really that much outrage from all these communities in America, because deep down,
They're all co-conspirators.
they're not really disgusted by it, because deep down, if they got invited to the island, they would go with their children. They would go and sacrifice. They would happily take the $1 million that's gonna fucking run out within a year just to.
And they said that
child,
certain
man.
people that admitted to knowing them, they're like, oh, but I was there with my wife and kids. That means you exposed your own children to this?
Man.
That's like what we was talking about on the way here. You know, but what in Vikings, what Rolo was talking about. Everybody got a price tag.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know? They may not know what it is until it's presented to them. Oh man, I would never do that. And
Yes, you would.
if Esau said, okay, well, here's a blank check. Now what you gonna do? Niggas are like, well shit, what you want me to do? Where you want me to start? You know? Especially if they, you know, the way the economy is, everybody fucked up. Everybody looking for some type of come up. So if Esau come present some shit to them, niggas gonna like, oh shit, what do I gotta do? Yeah, let me get my like what you talking about. Yeah, let me get my daughter in there. Let me get my, you know, like that movie that came out a few years back. Let me find it again. Yeah, Sound of Freedom.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Right?
yeah. And they didn't want that, and they tried their damnedest to keep that out.
Yeah, they weren't letting that movie go in the movie theaters. They were.
Mhm.
I remember when that movie came out on TikTok. There was people at the movie theaters, and they were saying that the movie would stop playing. Then the movie would either the theater would be too cold or too hot to the point where people would leave the theater. So they didn't want people to watch that movie. It got to the point where the people that made the movie started giving out free tickets, man, just so people could go and watch the movie, man. Yeah, there was literally free tickets for that movie just so people could go and be aware of that fucking trafficking bullshit, man. And when you watch that movie, they go into how there's so much more slavery today than there was back then. And why, man? Because for 500 years, since 1492, these Edomites have been just enslaving people, man. All right? Now they just have the institutions to make themselves look good and stuff, man.
Make it look like
Yeah.
a talent agency or a non-profit orphanage for children, or some bullshit they make up, you know.
Hey, they say that the director for Sound of Freedom was sued by 5 women alleging sexual assault.
Oh man.
Man.
So goes to show you, Esau can't help himself, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm exposing, but then
He's like, I'm gonna expose y'all, but lock this door.
Hey,
Oh yeah, lock the door.
I think the elder was talking about these talent agencies, and you have Corey Feldman
Feldman.
and Corey Haim. Corey Haim was the one that committed suicide with drugs, right?
Right.
But they were going back and forth in the media about being raped
Yep.
as children,
And nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a
That's
fuck.
Charlie Sheen.
and this was years ago.
Yeah.
This was years
It's
ago.
the HIV.
He is, bro.
They were saying that it was a casting couch for children. They said that
man.
the
Wow.
children were being dragged into these
Yes.
directors and producers, and they was having their way with them. And guess what? Everybody turned a blind ear to them.
And look, just because y'all were at adult age in the 90s, wasn't Bob Saget regarded in the highest regards because he was this stay-at-home white man taking care of these 4 daughters?
Full house.
For it later to be revealed that he was basically not only dating these little girls, to the point where, remember when they did his roast?
Yeah.
What did the one dude that got in trouble, that Garland guy that just got fired from the one show for being a dickhead? What he said, how can you tell the difference? He says, one spits and one swallows.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, ah!
I was laughing.
That was one of these knee slappers. And all you that were, because I'm thinking too, I remember when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute.
Joke.
I thought she was a little girl. What are we laughing at?
Uncle
Like,
Jesse was making jokes.
do I not have a sense? I was thinking, like, digging in myself, like, Nick, do I not have a funny though? Like,
right.
but it was not funny about. But here's the thing: in the '90s, what was Bob Saget's run?
He was
untouchable.
Yeah, he was family dad.
He's like, man, she bring him around my church. You see that on TV?
He was like
Take
the
care of
brother
girls.
said, he was America's Funniest Home Videos, man.
Right.
So then you gave him endless film of kids.
Get that clean
Man.
cut barbershop look.
Yeah, bro, with that toucan Sam
Right.
fucking on your dish trying to much soup ass nigga.
And you know, you people, you know it's 2000. You know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You just chose to turn a blind eye.
They're co-conspirators because that's the Rock 10. It says what, like the judge, like the people, like the officers, it all boils down. Only the elected speaking against this. So only you guys are co-conspirators. Anybody not speaking against it is with it. It comes as simple as that.
Who hold up? Me,
Right.
hold on. Me, you, YAHAWASHI, you. We all know the story of R. Kelly.
I know Robert.
Robert, yeah, we know Robert R. Kelly.
Roberto.
Everybody knew.
I know his auntie.
Right. You know his auntie?
But my mama.
Okay. Everybody in Chicago knew the 1990s R. Kelly was smashing underage girls like 14, 15, well, they really, not according to American standards.
Yeah.
Smashing underage females, all right? 14, 15, such like that. Everybody in Chicago knew, but nobody gave a damn because his music was good.
Not only that, brother, their parents knew, so it wasn't even like,
right.
if it wasn't even like,
Parents sold them out.
and that's what I'm saying is, and then it was kind of like the Aaron Carter thing when they're like, hey, they brought him back to the hotel, like, tell him what Michael did. Michael did.
Right. And then you
Tell him
get
what he
that
did.
chick talking about hello ass, and she thinks she's slick. I see through her bullshit.
What?
Want the PP girl, the one he
Yeah, she
Oh,
just
yeah.
came out. She just came out.
Yeah. All of a sudden she come out because I guess that money ran
That
out.
money right
That's
there, the
it.
money's right up.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what we
Also,
money.
Yeah,
The P drive.
he just, I don't know what I was doing.
Tell
Yeah,
the
bitch,
Wonder
you knew you was doing.
Right.
Your mama sold you out.
Your auntie.
No, what's her auntie? The one that say
Sparkle.
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 All right, yeah, your auntie put you on and shit, and you on camera taking the money,
Bro.
He presented the money, you took it,
Damn.
and dancing and shit.
Everybody stepping in the name of love.
right,
Except
right. You knew what the fuck he was doing at 14 and shit.
Can I say
That money ran out. That's what happened. and shit.
Can I say something for the record, Elder?
Right.
Okay, so in this kingdom, I'm prefacing it. In this kingdom, Esau got his fucked up laws.
He don't even abide by it. Can I stop him by saying that a rule he himself doesn't follow?
I know.
A rule that he don't even follow.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay, so in this kingdom, I'm prefacing it, right? They call them underage girls. That's not, according to the Lord, they're not underage, okay? All right, so that's why I said in this kingdom. The Lord didn't make any mistakes in his design. There's no animals out in creation that can reproduce, and then there's a white man saying you gotta wait till you're 18. Okay, you can reproduce at 13, but see, the system is flawed because when you take a young woman, if she's, let's say she's 13, she's past the flower of her youth, you're supposed to marry her. You're supposed to take care of her for the rest of her life.
Right.
But in this kingdom, everything is so fucked up. It's wrong when you sleeping with these young girls and then you turn them into harlots.
Yep.
So you bang them and then you let them go. You
And
bang them
mental
and
abuse
you let them
shit.
go. That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
The fact that they're at that age, that's not the sin.
Right.
All right. So just to preface that, to make it very, very clear. And then you got Esau. Everything you uncover, everything that's coming out in the open, they're underage.
Right.
They're underage, but you locking up Jake all day.
Right.
You know?
Well, they're not in trouble like other bands. The scripture says.
I got
you
that
know,
right here.
Psalms, Right.
Right.
I got that right
So
here.
read over.
This is Psalm 73. I'm going to start off at verse 1. It says, Truly Yahawah is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, How does God know? Is there any knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. And that's Esau Edom right there, down to a T, man.
Right.
They're not in trouble as other men. Matter of fact, they count themselves as innocent in their own judicial system that they made up. So here it is. They set the laws up, and then by their own laws, they count themselves innocent, when really by their own laws, they're guilty. So they break their own law, man. They don't even keep it.
It's always a loophole.
Yeah, it's always a loophole. It's
That
something
loophole, they
new, man.
laws.
And then the thing is, man,
Yeah.
these devils not only are they at the top, but they position themselves in a way where they purposely make you Israelites be covetous towards them, man.
Yeah.
You people, you Israelites out there, you get in that Psalm 73 spirit.
Yeah.
You don't even rebuke that, man. You actively want to be like the white man, especially you Mexicans, man. You Mexicans, all you ICE agents, a lot of you ICE agents are Mexicans, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking arresting people, bro. Your own people, man. Being a tool for Esau Edom, the fucking white man, bro.
And that's they gonna fulfill that Luke 19:27, man.
Mhm.
Because you're fighting against YAHAWASHI. You're arresting your own Issacharite brothers and stuff, man.
Good,
Right,
you know,
trust,
because
yeah.
hey, prophecy is gonna be fulfilled,
It's been
man.
fulfilled, man.
All
right.
Yeah.
Kunology 101.
Because that's a double.
Yeah.
Because that's a double judge. That's a judge for the 2/3. But both sides, judging for both sides, man. You get judged by Yahweh on both sides.
And what the scriptures say, John 8:44, you are your father, the devil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that in the NLT. That shit hit
Oh,
hard.
okay. You can I bring this
Yeah,
up
go
real
ahead.
quick?
Yeah.
This is due to back up Kadashi, what he was saying. This is Deuteronomy 19:15. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin. In any sin that he sinneth at the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. And that's what we're doing. We're exposing these devils and whatnot, man. Okay, we know, some nasty details about these people, but at the end of the day, we don't wrestle with all of the distractions. We go straight to the point. They're all wicked.
Yeah.
Our people, their people. The scriptures, the simplicity of Yahawashi, man. All right. Once you know they are wicked, well, we just chatting down the wicked. At the end of the day, by the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, that third witness, that is their own. Their tongues falling upon themselves, man. All right. So they can't get up out of this. And really, what the Lord is doing, He's drawing that line in the sand. All right. I'm gonna put all the information of wickedness out here. Either you fuck with them or you fuck with me. And it's only the elect that are rebuking everybody in the gate.
I don't want to back you up because that scripture was quoted twice. But if I may, I just want to start up a little bit in that Psalm 64. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at them and fear not. They encourage themselves in evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Just backing up the brother's point. When Matazah was talking about, the laws that Esau Edom had to be written with the age. And let's just mention there's a different age of so-called consent in different states. So
When you talking about secret societies and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, in verse 5, where it says they encourage themselves in the evil matter, the brother read in that Psalm 74. That's where they have their strength at, man. They have their strength within their laws, which they write, And the fact is that they don't abide by their own laws. This is what shows their wickedness. This is what shows their hypocrisy. This is what shows the fact where Revelation told us the accuser of our brethren is cast down. They point the finger at us when we go off nature to take care of what our home, the little piece of crap that we have here in captivity. See, but we can't even go and find a woman. These women are being taught to be whores by the time they are 18. In Esau Edom school system, they've been ran through an Esau Edom school system. If not being sent to some dang on Christian or some dang on Catholic temple. Because how these Edomites come knock around on doors. Hey, the nigga woman always need a babysitter. She always willing to send her kids to some dang on church or something. They can be freaking indoctrinated by some poison.
The bus come pick them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bus come take your kids way out.
You know.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yep.
I seen the bus pick up the kids and take them way far out.
Yep.
Man.
Hey,
I was one of those.
So, if I may, my daughter just had this thing at her school, right? So they got the little girls dancing, and it looked like she got on fucking panties. They song praise and all that shit. Long dress with a split. I'm seeing all the fucking little girl lips and everything, man, print through the whole goddamn show. All of them, man, they dancing and twirling and all that shit. I said, this is a strip show. So this is a strip show I'm paying to see,
right,
man.
That's
You know what I'm saying? But if you looking like that, somebody say, oh, as a man, you're a pervert. Why are you looking at her? Motherfucker, she just exposed her whole underneath her to me, man.
Yeah.
You know, this place is ass backwards, man.
Right, because
No, you say something. I was gonna finish it up.
I was gonna say, because as a father, we as Israelites, we're supposed to keep our daughters in, man. When you go read the book of Maccabees, at that time when there was calamities going on in the city in Jerusalem, it says that the daughters that were kept in, it says that they were crying out of the windows, man. So that already, off of that scripture, you could extrapolate that our daughters and the culture of how they grew up amongst the Israelite community, they were kept indoors, man.
Right.
All right. They weren't being exposed to men 24/7, posting selfies, getting 1,000 likes, having an OnlyFans. They didn't have that, bro.
Yeah.
They were disciplined, and the only father figures that they had around were their brethren, which the brethren around that time, they were austere men. They had a business to take care of at the age of 12, man. So a man wasn't out here fucking taking selfies, trying to do all this, that, and the third. No, man. Everything was austere. Everything was straight, clear-cut, raw, straight to the point, man.
And that rebellion shit, they started pushing that shit in 1950. If you look at the rebellion, 50 rock and roll and all that shit.
Hugh Hefner brought all of that out, man.
Yeah, they started like they making movies where the parents are the bad guys.
Yeah.
And stuff. The parents tell you,
Bro.
you can't date that guy, you can't date that girl. Your parents see that they not cool.
Fonzie.
Yeah,
Fonzie.
Fonzie. Yeah.
All of these sitcoms on TV, the parents are idiots.
Right.
Yeah, they
Oh,
just
yeah.
they don't know shit. The parents been teenagers said they know all, but all of a sudden they come adult just a bunch of dumbass people and shit.
The children,
Right.
I've seen children
Get that
tell
prince
their
of the
parents. I've seen
Yeah.
children tell their parents, "Go to your room." Go
Ah,
what?
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
But hey, the hardest thing to do, the hardest thing for a man in the truth, to do here in America is to keep his daughter pure. The scripture says the father waketh for the daughter.
Use it back.
Hey, it's hard trying to keep your daughter pure in this fucking kingdom right here.
Now I will say this though. You know who big on that? Issachar. You go to some of these Issacharite neighborhoods, and you can see it too when the daughters walking down the street, they eyes be on that motherfucking ground.
Hey,
And when they get home,
yeah.
they in their motherfucking room.
Hey, as it started dead, can you quote their daughter? What you say, motherfucker?
You gotta go through the
Yeah.
brothers. You gotta go through brothers.
Yeah.
Uncles, everybody. That's a line
Yeah.
you gotta go through to get
Yeah.
to.
You gotta get through them. Yep, you gotta go through them and shit. And then you get the okay. You get the okay, man. You all good. You can't come up with a family and shit, man.
And-
hey, what's your intentions? Who are you?
Right.
And then,
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
and then
Yeah.
if they do let's say that they a little bit more lenient, if they do let their daughters date, then y'all can be in the room, but that door better be wide open.
Yeah.
It's the car.
Hey, but that's how it's
They
supposed
like
to be,
that.
man.
Hey, but if I may say
I see
though,
that.
just to say this, man, because
Yeah.
these Issacharite bitches, these Colombian Asherite, Puerto Rican,
Hey,
whatever,
fuck, bro.
all these Northern Kingdom bitches that the brother just said, these women be going off, man. Because
Yes.
I used to have a Colombian woman, strict parents, strict dad,
Yes.
strict mother.
Yes.
This bitch will be telling me, finger me in the couch while my mom is cooking.
Right.
These bitches, bitches be trying to go off, bro. They be getting put in a cage, and they actively try to go out that cage, and that's really because Esau is hijacking that women's nature, man.
Right.
Women actively want to do that, bro. But Esau, he puts a system where he makes you enticed off of, man, I want to be a whore, man, I want to do that, man, I want to be like my friend that got 1,000 likes, I want to be like this bitch, I want to be Facebook famous, I want to be Instagram famous, I want to have an OnlyFans.
Let me finish this off because it says like in Psalm 64:5, they encourage themselves in evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So just like the brothers was going into, even if you are a man and you try to bring up your children the right way, if you try to, just have a decent household, there's some device out here that Esau even have where like he's going to poison your dang on children. You this at school, it's some bullshit they seen in a cartoon, a movie, or so it's something on a dang on phone.
Oh, yeah. Get that the Prince of the Air scripture. Mike,
I was holding John 8.
Jay going off because he said.
Get that John 8.
Okay, all right. So the elder was calling for John 8:44. Here it is.
Right.
For you are the children of your father, the devil, and you love to do the evil things he does. He was a murderer from the beginning. He has always hated the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, it is consistent with his character, for he is a liar and the father of lies.
Right. And you two-thirds, you'll sell your children out quickly, man.
Yep.
In the system, shit. I talked to this girl I used to work with, and she was talking about how she was little. They said audition for the Cosby Show and shit. The Cosby Show stuff around. She said the parents was willing to sacrifice their children, basically give their children up, and had anything done to children just to get that contract, get that money and shit, man. And that's your people. That's why you don't care that you people don't care, man. You just trying to figure a way to get in with Esau shit.
Hey, Elder, you remember that?
Bad.
You remember that joke when the comedian said, "Go back over there with Michael Jordan. They ain't hurt that bad. Go on back over there with him." You know, yeah, it was a comedian made a joke like that, man. To get that money.
But get that Prince of the Air.
I got it right here.
All right, go ahead.
It's Ephesians chapter 2. I started at verse. I started verse 1. It says, "In you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins."
Right.
What-
YAHAWASHI brought us back to life when we came to truth, man.
Sorry, bro.
All right. All right. Go ahead.
It says, "Wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world." And this is why a lot of our people fall into the philosophies of the world, man. You know, they see, like the brothers talking about, the Bill Cosby Show and all these different sitcoms or whatever that's on TV. They want a part of it. They want a piece of it. And back then, let's remember, that money wasn't shit.
Yeah.
And another thing, who are the Huxtables if they're the Cosbys?
Come
Right.
on, man.
Right.
I still
That's
try to
good
figure that shit out.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Who
It
are the
should have been a Huxtables.
That's what I'm saying.
I never thought you just
Dang.
said that.
Yeah.
I never thought of that either. Let me just say that.
Right.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
but it says, "Wherein in times past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, in the spirit that now worketh in the children of
The
disobedience."
Prince of the Power of Air is really triple folded. All right. It's talking about demons. It's talking about demons. Also it's talking about Esau control of the media and shit like that.
But the spiritual entity is
Spiritual entity. And it's also talking about Esau. Like if you can't go around the world, you can't pilot a plane unless you speak English.
God knows you can't be a pilot unless
All right. But in this case, it's talking about the media and shit.
Exactly.
All right. Because like I said, in the 1950s and going on to that, they was teaching children to rebel against their parents and shit. Your parents are a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And they was indoctrinating you with Satanism and all this stuff. All this stuff.
It shows you if Jake, you know, and this is just another medium. Jake gonna have to watch this. But I was watching. It's called The History of Certain Food in America. But they tell you that these devils, once they knew, like for example, if they knew that the parents were already buying cookies, there was a certain way that they used to program them in the cartoon characters, so it was like a separate commercial. So they were both attacking, so the parents, and then in a different way where it was like, hey man, these are for kids. That's why the tricks commercial was like, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Because essentially what they were appealing is to them ungrown ass children to be like, yeah, I'm a child too. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, or like you said, weaponize it where he'll market it for adults and subliminally, and kids can do it too. Because remember the cigarette candy?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
What's the way?
Fuck the smoke out.
And then they used to put powder on it.
You blow
And then you pull another one.
Red, come on, man. I lost the fuck though. I lost the fuck today.
Sugar powder.
I was gonna say it's like the movie They Live. When I forget, it was Roddy Piper put on the glasses and
yeah.
seeing the truth of the thing. So they said obey, follow. That's what they use through the media, things like that to get the people's minds enticed.
Hold on. And we just looked up when we brought the spiritual feast to Prince of the Air, the Greek word for air is what? Just listen. You can press it.
European
Strong's G 109 Aida.
All right, air. All right. And it says right here the root word etymology from eme, to breathe unconsciously, respire an out, right, to blow. All right. All right. So when they make those TV shows, the radio before TV was the radio shows, right?
Right.
Remember that movie called Radio Days? I've actually looked at that movie Radio Days, man. They's influenced Esau used that. Remember, Esau medium, like our medium is YAHAWASHI, right? YAHAWASHI, the prophets, the judges. But mainly YAHAWASHI. Esau medium between us and him is what? The TV and the radio and stuff. And also the billboards and stuff. In this case, the movie teaching them to rebel against their parents, get indoctrinated by Satanism, all right, Christianism, all that stuff, man.
The scriptures say, "Don't be carried away with every wind of doctrine."
Right,
So
right,
that's
right.
it.
That's right.
That's right,
Yeah,
right. And he said, breathe unconscious, because when you look at TV,
Yeah,
your mind get
yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up,
That,
man.
even the things that you hear, and the elders back when we was talking about the sitcoms and the things they was pushing out, just the phrase alone, "I hate you, mom." You know what I'm saying? When the little kids be, throwing a little temper tantrum, "I hate you, mom." They don't even know that's a curse. You shouldn't be saying that to your dang on, your family, man.
Right, and this is an old video. Remember that song Cindy Lauper? Y'all probably heard it.
Cindy Lauper?
Yeah, girl just wanna
Yeah,
have
yeah.
fun.
Apostle Gabar went into that. He said a man wrote that song for Cindy Lauper, letting you know Esau Edom does a diligent search.
The Jew.
Yeah, he's
Her daddy in the video, Captain Lou Alba, the wrestler, daddy, she twists her daddy on.
God,
all this shit,
yeah.
all that stuff. Hey girl, just wanna
That's that rock and wrestling, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That golden era.
Hey,
Yeah.
Zaquan,
Yeah.
if I may, it's so heavy that the definition says breathing unconsciously, because one of the things that they did a study that when you're watching TV and you're just eating, they gave it a term and it's called mindless eating. And what you're actually doing is your mind is turned off, and now the TV is basically enchanting you, because what they found out in the 1950s through MK Ultra was that basically they found a way on how to program the mind. And back then, for example, the pharaohs, right? They had their own priesthood, which they put enchantments on the people that actually solidified the rule of the pharaoh. So magic was used back then, and enchantments were used to solidify the ruler. Well, now the TV and the enchantments that you are watching on the program on the TV, they're actively doing magic spells on you and enchanting your mind,
Right.
and now you're unconsciously breathing and taking in all
Consuming
these
doctrine.
unconsciously.
It's in the word. It says television programming.
Yup.
It's in the word. Man.
Yeah. But
It's
what
an
they use,
enchantment.
but what they use, in the 1956, they had all these mom and pop shows. Damn, I can't.
Yeah, even in the 90s, it only got crazy in the mid
What's that?
90s.
Leave it to
Leave
Beaver.
It to Beaver,
What's another
House
one?
on the
Dennis
Prairie.
Yeah.
What's the other?
Father
Andy
Knows
Dick
Best.
Show.
Andy Griffin.
Andy Griffin, remember how they
Oh,
showed
yeah,
you that?
Yeah.
Father knows best.
Right,
Yeah,
Father
Father
Knows
Knows
Best, and
Best.
stuff, because they
Literally,
enchant
yeah.
everybody to think Esau like this morally righteous people and stuff.
Everybody loves. I was talking about that. Everybody
Right.
loves Raymond.
Right.
Like you're like, oh, the colors ain't that bad. Look at Ray Romano.
And get that Psalms 50.
He has a picture of
50,
a wife,
get
too.
that Psalms 50 and 16.
Courtship of
Get that
Ed's
Psalm
father.
50, 16, where Esau, because what did Ron Reagan say? He said, oh, the Bible's the law of the land.
That's
right.
And they perpetrate that lie that they was the righteous people and stuff.
Right,
That's in chat, man.
Wow.
All right, somebody get that.
Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Right.
Seeing thou hatest instruction, and cast my words behind thee.
Now that's dope for that's talking about 2/3 Jake, and also talking about Esau. In this case, talking about Esau. Man, Esau perpetrated, they was a righteous people and all that. That's they used their television to brainwash everybody that they're right and everything. That's why all of a sudden when the Epstein files come up, oh, shocking he did that.
Yeah.
And no, that was
Not my Tom Hanks.
Now look, this shit ain't new. This shit been going on forever.
Yep.
This shit been going on. When Esau got in power in 1492, you ain't think they sacrificed those J kids in Spain and Portugal and those J kids over here in America? You don't think they would sacrifice them? Hell yeah.
Judy Garland told y'all on the Howard Stern show about the casting couch for kids.
Right.
How they separated her from her mama.
Right.
And when she went to go complain to her mama gave that look like, bitch, you know you didn't go in the room I went into because I had to do something.
Yeah.
That's the movie. It came back around. John Cusack, Utopia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie where
Was it a
in
series?
2019? No, it was 2019.
Okay.
About how they want to depopulate the world, but they had a whole stage for children. You know, like on the couch and all that stuff. Little children.
And it shows you that that the people that are now, This isn't new information. This is information in this era because again, Judy got all of these childhood stars. You guys all laughed at it. Like, oh my God, did you see Britney Spears went out? You guys are all participants. You guys never went into why she did that.
Right.
Did you guys never go into when she was brought in the industry, who she was brought in the industry by?
Disney.
Now you guys want to sensationalize these witches, but wasn't Drew Barrymore one of the little girls that was brought up in Hollywood? Was taking all her shirt off at the late night show?
She was her parents. And she was doing the cocoa plant when she was a little girl.
Yeah, remember she said she was 4, she was blah, 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 and then she was on the stage. Remember when she went to the late show and took her shirt off like for free? Like usually hosts charge, but this goes into those childhood stars. For the most part, 98%, 99% of them, they go berserk because again, Esau doesn't let you in these circles without compromising.
What's the boy that played All in the Family? Archie Burns called him Meathead.
Yeah,
his son unlike him and his wife.
Yeah.
And guess what? They showed the clips where he at his roast where he was joking about where the other comedian was joking about him raping his own son, and you could tell Buddy gave him that look like I'm gonna kill you, bro. If anybody look at that clip, look at that clip. He gave him that like. Oh, you brought that. This is a joke to y'all. Yeah. So then, and then Donald Trump got up to defend. That's how you know misery loves company. Because who was the first person to defend that man when he died? The president. Yeah. No, these new kids, it's just rebellion. Why? Because he knew what they did to that kid, man.
Wow. Yeah. And his groomer was a curly fry too. All right. Yeah, that movie Donald Trump. You'll see that movie about Donald Trump. I'm glad I fell asleep on that scene. Good. But Malcolm says the scene where they all went to the bathroom, they would sodomize each other and shit. Oh man. I'm glad I kind of nodded off that scene or woke up. Right. I'm glad I didn't see that, man. But hey, it's you. What is YAHAWASHI said? What's that scripture? Hew down the tree.
Oh, why does the axe boast itself?
Yeah, Moses said right. You down a tree, you producing good fruit.
Oh no, I know in Luke. Yeah, in 3 years there's no figs on it. I got you.
No, it basically it's a parable of you producing bad fruit.
Daniel 4.
Oh, it says a good. It says you shall know a tree by its fruit. It says a good tree on the bear good fruit.
Right. So on a good tree, the right hand side you find y'all side you're gonna bear good fruit. On the left hand side. A bad tree gonna bear what? Rotten fruit. So guess what? Who was Donald Trump groomer? That damn curly fry man. Yeah. He learned everything for that. I forgot that curly fry name too. But he taught Donald Trump the whole financial game shit, man.
Rabbi Shmuley?
No, it was somebody
Lex Wexner?
Damn, what's his name? What's
that one sounds more familiar.
Yeah, put the man who taught Donald Trump.
The man who taught Donald Trump.
Yeah, just put who mentored Donald Trump. Yeah, because he
Roy Cohn or Kahn.
It does say him on there. What it say?
It says he represented and mentored Donald Trump during Trump's early business career.
Yep.
Roy Kahn, COHS.
Does he have curly hair? Or is he?
Let me look at images.
Does he have curly hair? You know what I'm saying?
He has the face.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah. He definitely is. Yes.
He's not orthodox.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, that's him.
He's unorthodox.
Right. Ugly as hell, boy.
In the movie, he's a sodomite, man. And they went to where they had all the meat and stuff and that. He went to their room. They all did their ritual. Next point they just had to meet like they ain't did shit each other, man. This who Donald Trump learned from, man. Yep. This shit been going on forever. It been going on before the 1900s. This shit been going on since Esau took over, man. I said, anything Esau was messing with kids in Spain and Portugal, sacrificing kids over here. He touched you on America. He's doing all that shit, man.
Well, Alexander the Great.
Right.
They had a boy love. They show that in their movies.
Right. In the ancient Roman days, they were messing with the boy go sign up for the military and the Roman soldiers mess with him and shit like that, man.
They even have statues of little boys with their little rods out.
Right. Year with JC that spoof year one. They had Michael Cera dipped in gold, remember? And they were going through how they do it, and it was just a bunch of men walking around. He said, "What are we supposed to do?" And they kept fucking putting oils like you would on a woman. And they were boys. They were just there as statues. They were just covered in gold. He said, "What are we supposed to do here?"
Right. If you look up ancient Rome, Greece and stuff, my wife said they had like a term for little boys. the guys that go to the bath, the bath house in Ancient Greek, they call them minnows. Because the little boys suck on a grown man pee, then acting through, the men take the boys and toss them over to their unalive men and stuff like that, man.
Oh, man.
All right, so all this stuff been going on. Also, to do sexual favors, that's to move up to say, let's go back to ancient Greece and Rome. All right, especially what's that island they got? Volcano Pompeii.
God, no.
They's doing this shit, man. And then another thing,
The people that died, they died in that homosexual position. People died in sin.
they got petrified.
Yeah, I know.
Not your ass.
Niggas got full with dust while they were fucking.
And then also, this
man.
ain't nothing. The orange couch been going on since ancient Rome and Greece, man. That shit ain't new because they have to do rituals and shit.
See, this is them joking about it in year one.
Right. Yep.
And then they're basically just
And
putting
remember WWE had gold dust. Remember he had gold
Oh,
dust.
yeah. And what did Vince McMahon? He said, "I want you to pay a hydrogenous figure that you never know." And his dad was Dusty, one of the most celebrated. But that's how you know Esau is into humiliation hard, because Vince McMahon took one of the most toughest wrestlers that you could think of and made his son a little boy toy, man.
Right.
Wow.
Because he told him, he's like, you specifically, like, point, this is Dusty Rhodes. He could have been anything.
Right.
And he told him, I want you to be basically figure, so you could get that impact from him. He didn't want to.
Right.
He basically said that shit led him down a rabbit hole of addiction.
Now back then we laughed at that.
Yeah,
shit.
because we're like, look at this weirdo. Because that's what Esau wanted. That's what the reaction
to get you
called
comfortable
for.
and shit.
Yes.
To get you comfortable with. It's called gradualism.
Mhm.
Introduce you to little and stuff. But celebrities doing sexual favors to make it that been going on since ancient Rome and Greece, man.
That's right.
All right, doing the ritual magic and shit. And yes, Jake back then was in ancient Rome and Greece. They doing the same shit, man.
Damn.
And you come back your lot, man. Those same Jake
That's right.
celebrities.
Yeah.
That's what they were celebrities back in ancient Rome and Greece, man.
Yeah.
Doing
Oh
the same
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I
You
got
know, AKA Nero's, is an example.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Point is in verse 3, but this is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, right, the southern and the northern kingdom, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of YAHAWASHI, which is the Lord's judgment over there in the so-called Middle East. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and part of my land. That's what we're seeing taking place right now, man. The Lord has gotten these different nations up for what? World War III. Here's the point I wanted to get into. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Right? You see a lot of these slave movies also. You have little boy male prostitutes. Esau Edom will cover the little boys up with glitter and things like that, oil them up.
Yeah.
Ultimately for what? For their sexual pleasure, man. I'm reading this book called The Delectable Negro, how ultimately cannibalism and homoeroticism ultimately played a part in those things, man. Esau was eating the children and ultimately what? Fantasizing in a sexual manner, man.
All right, that's all right. I was going to back you up real quick because the elder quoted it a couple of times. This 144 call all y'all about shot. So it says in Ecclesiastes 1:9, it says the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, it is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So you'll be crazy to think. Like the scripture told us that we come back every third and fourth generation. Reincarnation is real, and we are reincarnated, and so are these heathen nations. The things that we see, all of their wickedness, is only being amplified, man. As technology, as YAHAWASHI shall allow technology to increase and allow these dang on devils to continue to fill their belly, they're going to continue to fill the world with wickedness. And the things that they're doing, they've been doing. Man.
Hey, what Benjamin Franklin was part of, the Hell's Fire Club, and they look on his house, they see bones of children and shit. All right, this shit been going on, man.
Right.
It's just now you got the camera, you got the phone and shit,
Yeah.
and motherfuckers talking.
Right, and the internet, which
Right.
I think Jay Rockefeller said it should never been invented, is pushing out information quickly around the globe.
Hey, Esau's documented of fathering children with the J woman, his terror bears, and the terror bear be a girl. The terror bear brought to be a girl and shit. He pops them, man.
Yeah,
of course.
Then pops it. Then what?
Shit, he pops his own daughter.
He pops
Yeah.
and then he has his granddaughter child, and he pops that child and stuff, man. This shit been going on, man.
Yeah.
It just
That's Esau.
That's Esau.
Their mindset was, not just to keep the wealth in the family, but to keep. Well, we're smart. We're the superior, so we don't want to have our seed with all these dumb people. So we just gonna keep it in the family.
Right.
Whole
So
time
they know about reincarnations.
Yep.
And then another thing got me thinking: why Esau didn't let Jake come in his house back in the slavery time? Because Jake was familiar with that witchcraft shit. Because Jake, they came from so-called Middle East. They remember all the stuff their parents told them. And then the shit they made up that wicked shit. Jake would have recognized, wait a minute, he doing this and that and that ritual and shit. Jake, that's why it's up to talking to me. I think that's why Esau didn't allow Jake this house. Because Jake was familiar with that shit.
Right. And Elder, we just did a job real quick. Long story short, we did a job yesterday. We was working for this rich Edomite. Long story short, he took us into his house. He showed us an old picture of his father. Imagine this guy's like 86 years old. He showed us a picture of his father. And he had a gas station. The brother seen him. He was like, I know that gas station. He was like, oh yeah, that's my office. My uncle used to own that gas station in 18, blah, blah, blah. So it just goes back to how they keep things in the family. And like you say, we don't know. He said he made that his office. So the relics that's in there, whatever that them people had back in 18 something, that man got right now in 2026.
Oh,
That's
man.
old.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, the rich lady I know from South Africa, I befriended her daughter, this girl. I went to her crib in Evanston the first time. She had a pearly skull, a human skull, sitting on the fucking fridge, and it was real, man.
What? Say
Yes,
it again.
what? Someone's real skull, the bone, the skull itself, sitting on the crib. I held it. I was like, "What the fuck?" It's pearly, man. There's real bone and everything. Because her mother was a doctor here at Northwestern, so she had access to all these things, man. And these are Edomites, man. They ain't got no shit like that, man.
They
They Geronimo
They're bringing spirits in your house, man.
Yeah.
Right. She's a dead demon.
And Esau's weird as hell. They'll be like, yeah, that's a cranium skeletalis, some bullshit.
Make it sound harmless and shit.
She's like Radius Jacobus.
It's fine, man. It's fine.
Make it sound harmless and shit. Oh, that's harmless.
Yeah, it's actually
And I get y'all back with this precept real quick. Back to what Yashar was saying, and the elder brother replied. This is the book of Psalm 17, and verse 14. For men which are thy hand, O Lord YAHAWAH, for men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure, they are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Ultimately Esau Edom leaving, mind you, stolen wealth and stolen things that they stole from Jake. They ultimately leave it down to the generations after them, man.
That's what they call generational
wealth.
And old money.
Man, that same lady from South Africa, she said, you want to live a luxurious life because you always come back into your lot. She knew that. She said that, yeah.
Wow. She see that? I bet she knows.
Well, no, she had ties to Senior Bush, in the White House. And
they know.
She knows, man. She knows the Israelite.
What Eltar said, Eltar said on Sundays, them Bush, all of they have a Bible study.
Well, yeah, there's quotes. There's a lot of presidents that read the Bible every morning.
Right. You better believe they look at our videos too.
Absolutely, to be edified.
If I can say this, because this is fact. What y'all just said is actual truth.
Yeah, that's what they run behind.
Boom. I was about to say that. So, and the reason why I was thinking about that before that got brought out, because you brought out the skull situation. Now in Freemasonry, they call the skull the Golgotha.
Yep.
Oh, where was YAHAWASHI?
Golgotha.
See? So everything they do or stuff that they use is
contrary.
Yes. Yep. And so they read the scriptures. They call the greater light and the lesser light. The scriptures, and then the Freemason sign.
Solomon's temple. That's us. The Israelites.
Right.
That's us. The Israelites.
Right. But they know all these things. See, we Masons on the right hand side. They Masons on the left hand side.
Right.
So they read the scriptures, but they also have a Masonic Bible.
Yeah.
They have a Masonic Bible.
My uncle had one. And he used to always ask me, he said, boy, he used to ask me, he said, because I was a curious kid and I always pick up on things like that. And Most have blessed me. Yahweh will give you information. It'll just fall right in my lap and stuff about secret societies and all that stuff.
Yep.
And he'll ask my uncle, like, boy, did you read my Bible? I'm like, no, sir, I didn't read your Bible. Did you read my Bible, boy? I'm like, no, sir, I didn't read the Bible and shit. I respect your privacy, but if you read that Bible, they take you out, man. So I used to ask, did you read that Bible? I said, no, Uncle, I didn't read that Bible.
And what you just did too.
Right.
That's part of
that cross,
for anybody that's a E1, and I was E1,
And turn it off.
you gotta. That's part of the sign. That's the last part of the sign before you you complete that sign.
Yeah.
And you hoodwinked, as they call it.
Yeah.
You blindfolded because if you went in there before that, you would have saw the Baphomet.
Yes.
Right.
Because anybody see that? Oh fuck that! I ain't trying to do that.
He tried to give you to become a Mason. I said, no, I can't become a Mason. I said, I told him, I
Fuck
got
you,
Moorish.
wicked ass
I said, I got
All
Moorish.
of them.
I said, I can't become a Mason. I got Moorish heritage. He was like, I knew you gonna say that. I knew you gonna say that. I knew you gonna say that and shit. Cause that was my way of not getting into that shit.
My granddaddy used to say, we're going to get you an application. I said, no, you're not.
Application was crazy.
He died as a
Nice
master.
Master Mason. Hold on. And you're a Choctaw Indian, right?
Anybody third degree or more.
See, you're supposed to get it because you're a mound builder.
Third?
You're supposed
I
to
thought it was
do
fine.
that stuff. See, that's the important link too. Though, if you're a mound builder or if you're a Moor, you're not supposed to be a Mason and shit like that. But a lot of Jakes, they got the mound building blood, they got that Moorish blood. Jakes, they into that Freemason shit.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Real quick, if I may. Yesterday, I put a picture up in the room with the Beatles, man.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They had a fucking album cover with babies, right?
Oh,
And
it's on there.
yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
It's the album cover where Paul McCartney is holding a baby. And
See,
then,
that's cute. They just
Right.
holding babies.
so
Yeah.
I went into the comments, right?
Right.
And it said he was holding it. It got two headless babies on Paul McCartney. And they did that to model the Apostle Paul because Apostle Paul got his head cut off.
With all the other men around him.
Yeah. Look. If Apostle Paul were real, why they mock him?
Yeah.
You don't mock imaginary people and shit.
That's right. That's right.
And you don't mock your own people, you mock your enemies.
Right.
Right.
Which goes to show who they're mocking.
Right.
And that's why they say 33 degree Mason also because you're outside.
Chapter
that.
33.
Salvation, bro.
Yeah. And they put it on Paul because them motherfuckers.
That's wild.
But all this, even though
Oh, no, I saw
all
that.
this,
I
all
saw
this
it
support,
yesterday. I
what
saved it.
hey, but what you say about them taking the oil down Venezuela and stuff like that?
Right, so I've seen this video where they're alleging that the reason why, basically America is preparing to war with Iran is because they can't get rid of this oil that they just came up on.
Right.
So all these other distractions are distraction
Including
from,
the Epstein files.
but
Yeah.
especially that because again, if this president told you on day one, all this is gonna go down, all this is gonna happen, he's only been teasing this one thing, but the economy's been going to shit. So in reality, it's a distraction of how everything is basically going up in price and the dollar's going up and the dollar's going down in value. Because again, it's not like you're paying with different money. It's just that same money doesn't render you what it used to before.
Right.
So even if you budget, even if you take $2 from here to there, which is survival, which Jake's been doing, it's only because, guess what? It's only going to come. See, there's inflation, which is gradual. But Jake forgets that there's hyperinflation, which means that in a certain period of time, depending on the fragileness of your economy, that basically it can skyrocket to the minutes. If Jake goes back to the old cartoons of Munich, Buddy had a little cartwheel full of money. He was taking those to go get a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, all our people, including the Northern Kingdom, came here on the prefaces that this was the city with the golden streets that the Lord had blessed.
Man.
But if anything has shown you through visitation to storms, and this is something we looked up, but America not only is a country that has frequent natural disasters and very expensive natural disasters, but it has a variation of them. So basically, the only country higher, which is I believe Thailand and Vietnam, and the only reason that they have they're above us is because they have a high frequency of hurricanes because of where they're at by the water. But he said that America collectively has a various and way more expensive. So you're talking about, he said, them third world countries, they don't have shit. So whatever gets washed away, damn near is at the way, is basically in the way of collateral damage. Right. So it's not like they spend billions and billions rebuilding it. They don't rebuild it. Wow. America rebuilds. And with that comes that judgment. And so you have these same hurricanes, these same tornadoes, these same monsoons, these same natural disasters invariants on a country that we're saying God bless. If anything, God is damning this goddamn place.
Which God they saying bless?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You said the power of the air,
right?
Which is where they make those sacrifices to. But YAHAWASHI is judging them. That's why it is the finger of God when it touches down and Oklahoma all the way up to Arkansas.
Can I back you up, Elder? This book of Baruch 4, and damn.
Is it the miserable city?
Yeah, miserable.
Start wherever you want. Like, read the whole chapter you want, but there's a good. You can start a little bit up.
It's
because this is judgment of what they did. See,
right,
this place didn't stop triumphing because they stopped helping the Israelites. If anything, judgment is on speed because of what y'all did to the Israelites.
Well, it says once you set your nest among the stars, then I'll bring you down. Yep. So once the Apollo, right? They try to go up to the moon. Hey, the curses started falling upon them, man. It's before that there was no homeless Edomites begging on the streets, man.
Yeah. They also call that era the turbulent 60s.
The turbulent.
Read.
Hey, it's like a swing, right? When you're going up, you get over to the top, you're like, ah!
Yeah.
And then that depression, when you're
also forgot the 1960s. Who introduced DRUGS use? Esau. He got that heavy in 1960s.
In a lab.
Right,
not in the street corner, not in the ghetto.
Right, in a chemistry lab.
Right, in a lab.
And also, that's when white flight took place. Right here where we sitting was nothing but Edomites, man. They couldn't come here when we was kids.
No, you couldn't. No, in the 1980s,
in the 80s,
they would beat us down and shit.
Yeah, Leonard Clark, they beat his ass. He crossed over and came over here. But in the 60s, that's when you from 1959 through like 75, you had white flight. Yeah. So that's how you know they shit was declining.
And this one shows that the system wasn't made for us, because just like he's talking about white flight, that's when, see, this is how you know Esau's smart. He got all these people that were here illegally before the 90s and gave them amnesty. What did all them people do? They're like, shit, well, if we want to act like Americans, we have to think like Americans and buy like Americans. Mm-hmm. All them people that you gave papers to, all of them have a mortgage and a car note to this day. And then when everybody left and the white man got to move to the suburbs and more gangbangers and different gangbangers moved into the same, everybody died out, which kept it. So that equity that your house was supposed to build so that you could fix this 100-year-old building, that never happened to you. So now you're in a shitty house with a rainy roof, with the walls full of asbestos, and now you can't even sell it for what you got for it, because guess what? A lot of people don't understand. The dollar in the 80s is nothing compared to the dollar in the 200s. In the 200s.
Right.
Bro, I remember with $20, back in the day, that 20 lasted you like 100.
Yeah.
That 10 lasted you. That 10,
God.
That
10.
$20 in the 1980s and 90s. You could eat a whole week off that.
Yeah. Bro, yes.
Yeah.
And that will hold you down till you get your next paycheck.
And there was GMO foods. It was at Jules, you know what I'm saying? You went to Jules, you got yourself. Because I remember a lunch meat was about $1.75, $2 max.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got you a couple pounds and a loaf of bread, bro, and some chips, nigga. You had a school field trip every day, man.
Right.
You were set. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck you going in 30 minutes?
You go back a big ass can of tuna fish and eat tuna fish all week long, and have about what? Probably like what, $15, $14 still?
Because when you do those cans, you make some with mayo, you make some with veggies, with some crackers. That's already
Get a loaf of bread and shit, make a sound.
And that's another thing. Esau is going back to their nature, because now that they're going back to these depression meals, if you see, it was Esau that had no creativity. He made water pie. He made, you know what I'm saying? Like, Esau is so garbage. And he's the worst. He's the worst of the worst. But guess what? Those weak ass formulas got these Edomites. But guess what? It's also all this processed food that they trusted on that's giving them this cancer. That's giving them the learning disability. Because remember, all those foods were made for convenience because now your mother wasn't at home.
That's right.
She was in a factory. So that if your parents split, your mom wasn't at home. What did she went? She went straight to the cabinet, get the Aunt Jemima mix, mixed it up right quick, fried them in not even butter because she wasn't churning her butter now. Now she got margarine because it was cheaper because now it was a one household check. See, Esau told you this through his program, and like all of this shit that I'm talking right now was all watching Foods That Built America. So not only did these Edomites sue each other and lie to each other about the shit in your food, but they made it ultra processed so that they only got made in factory style tubs. What do big machines take? Petroleum, oil, grease.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you got ultra safe food next to combustibles, grease, metals?
Damn, that reminds me of why that grocery store was called Ultra Foods and shit.
Shit.
Oh man.
Hey,
They told you in your fucking face, man.
Yeah.
Plant-based.
And again, all this was made for convenience. It wasn't made because it helped our diets. It wasn't made because America was so innovative it was going to cut food costs. Look at us now. Jake is paying 10 times for that same box of Velveeta's chicken and shells, bro. There's not even no cheese in it.
Yeah.
If I may, Esau, what he did, took the woman out the house, right? That was World War II, and through what's that? Rosie the Riveter is what they called it. All
The
yeah. So she was just putting rivets on airplanes. But they used that gradualism to bring the woman out the house and tax the woman too. So
and that's what it came back to greed. But guess what? Esau knew that if he could separate you from your child for 4 to 6 hours, by the time you get back, look, and Jacob is a perfect taste test here. What would happen when you got home from school? You just got taught by somebody that had a book and a degree, right? So when your mom told you, like, hey, pick up the garbage if you know what's good for you, like, that's why you work in a factory, lady. You know what I'm saying? But who taught you that? Who taught you that? Because now you weren't going to listen to your parents because he just told you that if you don't have a degree of this and if you don't do this and you do that, you ain't worth nothing. Well, mind you, you're humbly being raised by people that are teaching way more moral substance and actual what Esau calls street wisdom. Because in reality, bro, some of these quiet, back in the road, Jakes be the ones that could get it done. But that's where wisdom comes in, because you can't always do that for everybody.
Esau just put the term street just to downgrade.
Because he wouldn't. He can't last in them.
Right. He'll bitch. That's why when the communist crashed before the shutdown, you had Edomites committing suicide and shit like that, man.
And there's still in all these states. Esau did the documentary. It's called "What's Killing the White Man." I'll say it like that. But she literally came from England to, I think it was Wyoming. So Wyoming is a predominantly Edomite state where they have Jake and low numbers. Obviously, that's not why I'm using this. In Esau's figures, they wanted to know why in a non-third world country the ruling class was committing suicide. And there was this big dude, white dude on the couch, and he broke it down perfectly. He said, in an app-based or adaptable world, the white man's obsolete. He said, I grew up in the 50s and 60s where the white man was Superman, the doctor, a lawyer. Now, mind you, he's seen this as a child, right? So you could imagine him being a 2-time loser on his couch and hearing that the economy's going to crash, hearing that there's nothing he could do. This man was about to commit suicide. He said he had pets. So he was going to grab the shotgun and shoot the dog and then shoot himself. And he said that when he pointed the gun at the dog, he said that the dog gave him a look like, nigga, why are you going to kill me? Nigga, you're the one that ain't shit. Now, check this out. He put the gun down, realizing that he was he was tweaking. He should have. You know what I mean? He would have had the dog. He would have fed the dog.
Right. Okay.
The dog would have done. Come on, man. The dog is a dog. He ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But point being is, it took him to realize, like, bro, it's you got to be like, man, ready to kill me. You know that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? If you die, I'll eat. You know what I'm saying? But it goes to Esau knowing that if you have to fight to survive, he ain't got a dog's chance in hell. That's why that Deuteronomy at Genesis where it says one was stronger than the other. There's a reason why. There's a reason why you heard your mother talk shit to you for so many years and never put hands on her. Esau, you tell him he's ugly, he's like, ah!
Oh, then he go, oh, you know, he been mentally abused and he needs therapy.
He's been playing Call of Duty for 16 years for 16 hours.
Right.
For six days a week, man.
Right.
He know ain't nobody gonna help.
Oh, there was something ridiculous. Oh, he ate a Twinkie when that happened.
Right.
Just to add on to your point, even when these Edomites even have a lot of money in their bank account or whatnot, when they lose, say for instance, they lose $100,000 and they still got like $500,000, and they still kill each other.
But because they know that's all they're worth. Yeah. See, here's the thing: you have people that fund the party, and you have people that make the party. Esau is the party funder. He's not the party creator. And that's why he hates us. Because Jake could have a fucking basketball, right? And be at the lone in the hoop and get a whole tournament. If Esau's with a basketball, like, man, there's no fucking ass.
Right.
Try to Tony Kukoc, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Brother, y'all seen that video with that Edomite was trying to get those Eve to sell their blood. And all that kind of stuff. And what he tell them, he said, you all have a monopoly. On your
the stem cells that are in the blood.
No, but it goes back to the Genesis. The Lord already been told us one was going to be stronger than the other.
Hey, hold on, that thought. You told me they was at that dinner and shit. See, that's why Eve always come missing, going off with friends and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's their fault.
Right, shit. Hey, that shit. I remember. We went to Wee Street, and United like, man, bro, that girl's weird. She always be leaving out here with dudes, but she be making sure that they're drunk. And it's right around that one spot where people go mysteriously missing. And then I remember one time I thought to myself, like, man, bro's tripping. Old girl's trying to deal. And I thought about it. I was like, man, this brother's been here so many times. I bet he's seen her. So I let it go. And I remember we were leaving. And if you know Whacker, the fucking GPS goes out. So we're trying to get the fuck out. We're trying to leave. And here is this hoe with some dude. And they're walking towards the fucking pier. And then Yanagi rolled down his window. He's like, see, bitch, I want you to take my brother. And she's like, shut up. Bro, I was like, what the fuck, bro? The same female had to do it. Because we were basically trying to get off walking to jump on the E-way. Yeah. So by this time, she had found somebody, and they were walking that way. And I'm like, bro, how is it now? 6 to 8 white males that go missing by that same area?
Yeah, by the pier.
By the pier. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, but here's all to say this is that it's really the Lord that protects us. That valley of shadow is really the Lord, because everything else is a trap. The food is a trap. The air is a trap. You see me. I was good a couple of days ago. It rained with that dirt, and now you know what I'm saying. I was literally just giving a brother oregano oil black seed. Now here I am. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Pray for me.
No, I don't even want to say it. They're gonna be like, take some black seed oregano.
Did you like headaches and stuff, like a throbbing headache in your head?
Peppermint oil, right there, man. Peppermint oil right in the temple. Somebody bailed me out and gave me a strong ibuprofen. They're like, here, man, you say your shit. I'm like, bro, but it just goes how our people are like automatically on that standard. No, well, Esau said. He said, hey, like, well, you said it had a fever?
Be God. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, well, how do you know I don't, like, my body can't even take it? No, tonight, if anything is going to melt, come on. What did I say? That's peppermint oil. Now, it took a lot more peppermint oil than it did, you know. But it's all about you understanding that if everything is built against you, ain't shit. That's a rock where it says that he contended with a little bit of fought a little bit. If you understand that this is a constant battle, then of course little things like, oh man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he gave this to my mama. And look, there's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? When seeking, you have to go to Dr. Sunday immediate, nothing too severe. Right. But like the elder has said years ago, you don't want to be frail on Esau, so he could just fucking kill you, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with going to quick check with her to make sure you feel so wrong. Like,
Don't know what it is.
Exactly, we're trying
Know
to
the
fix
right
it before,
herb
right?
to
But
use.
Esau
Right.
straight goes to the slaughterhouse. Like, let me go up there.
Yeah.
Jake wondered why they went into a hospital and never came out.
I know one thing. I ain't never gonna get Yahweh forbid. I
Right.
want this the big C.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat all that shit, man. Because
Shit.
I seen a video on TikTok. This girl father was on that chemo shit,
Oh man.
and it swelled his brain up and shit. And they have to stop the chemo treatment and shit because it swelled his brain up, and he unalive, man.
You see how you haven't heard shit about no ventilators anymore?
Yeah.
You should, because what was that doing? That was producing.
Inducing.
Yeah, there you go with the one.
Inducing it.
Inducing that forced air into those lungs that weren't prepared for it.
Right.
Not to mention the pathogens you already could, like, bro, do you not see the fucking home filter commercials? Are we not in the same fucking world that people use air purifiers?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys just took this straight internally. You know, but here's the thing, man. The other I had already mentioned, you don't want to be subject to him because remember, he used these miracles to also push, these mandated,
Right.
alright, band-aids.
Right. Yeah. And there's a new virus called the Napa virus. Which they claim came from the bat over the age and now spread. So keep your eye on that, and then also keep your eye on. I see on TikTok is a new strain of COVID.
Disease X or something like that.
Oh yeah, he said people catching it and shit.
Yeah, I think I had seen something like that from India. They were trying to say like, oh yeah, they think the guy traveled. I'm like, this story is a little too familiar.
Right, because we're coming into some very heavy times of faith, man, where the Lord is gonna put us in situations where we're not gonna have no other choice but to lean on Him. Just last week, my rib, she got super sick, to the point where her family started coming over the house trying to take care of her and shit. And then they tried to take her to the hospital while I wasn't home. All right. While I was at my job working, they tried to take her to the hospital behind my back. And so I got mad as fuck, and I basically called my rib and I told her to put her grandma on the phone, and her grandma basically tried to get mad at me because I casted a lot, and the lot told me not to take her to the hospital. So I called her grandma. I said, you better not take my rib to the hospital because the Lord told me not to take her. And she basically started saying that, it's good to have faith, but God can't do everything.
What?
Yeah.
Lord, kill this bitch down the show.
That's what she told me on the phone. She literally said, "Yeah, but God can't do everything, And I told her on the phone. Well, I told her like, well, then you don't have faith then, bitch. You don't have faith then, because if you did have faith, then you would trust in what the Lord said, and the lot said not to take her to the hospital, and I didn't take her to the hospital. After that, 2-3 days later, the Lord healed her, and she's good now, man.
See?
But now that I did that, and now that her family sees that we're not leaning on the hospital and Esau and shit like that, now they're talking shit to her and me. Now they're mad at her.
Of course,
They're
because you
now
didn't
they're
go.
mad as fuck.
Because how dare she trust a Mexican and not a white man?
Right.
Right.
If this was a restaurant, I'd understand.
Right.
Bro.
This is the book of Isaiah 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahawah, the Holy One of Israel in truth. And that's what the Hope for Righteous Elect is going to do. Hey, always been doing, but even more so in these last days, man. They're going to lean upon Yahawah BAHASHAM, man. They're not going to be like 2/3 of our people and lean upon this system and ultimately take that RFID chip, man.
What is it? The welfare of the welfare of the world is with the elect, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So hey, look, don't worry about it. Good management is coming. Sirach 10 already told you. All right, that profitable man is on his way.
Yep.
He gave you signs. He told you, look, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and that's happening. All right, and that's why the scriptures are they basically push a lot of, they reinforce a lot of retaining of what you have, about holding it what you have dear. Because look, I remember, well, because faith is a treasure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember any good movie, the pirates, when they have all the gold and shit, they're spending in it righteously. And then what does he do? He grabs one box and he fucking packs that shit, and then he fucking digs it up and he puts it, and he only has the map for it. So only he knows where he dug it up for a future time. We basically already spent everything we had in this world, right? And all we have is that one treasure chest, which is our faith. So when those times come, because right now, like I said, we have our brothers and his brothers. Right now, it's cool. But guess what? There will be a time where you're going to want to look in that box. And because you want to make sure that shit's filled to the brim, because you know how much you're going to need, right? But you need all this, all that can fit in here. So that when you open up that box, you're like, I may not last forever, but I'm going to get to this. And that's the point, is that treasure's it's gonna come, whether you believe it's gonna come or not. It's believe you me. It says it's gonna keep us from the hour of temptation.
Yeah.
But remember, it says through much tribulation we shall enter the kingdom.
Yeah.
So there's a healthy balance in expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. Because it also says, I have counted you from among them. I will require you from among them.
Yeah.
He said he has counted the hairs. So there's also this big fortitude. Just like we used it earlier, the comparison of the people in the churches, that they dance and they cheat and everything that gets done, and the alms and the being rude and not being rude to one another, being courteous and saluting one another, all that they do it in the faith that's what's going to triumph. What are we doing videos, right? It's cold outside, right? We could all stay at home, we could all stay, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We're congregating in the fear of the Lord.
Hey, but we on the orders to stay inside, because the elders told us.
No, for sure. Hey, elders.
But before that,
I'm a snow dummy. You remember me?
And we snow, they call what they mock us, Chicago, just, oh, y'all a bunch of snow bunnies.
That's right, snow dummies. And I remember because I still have that picture. It's the picture where we're reading, and my fro is head mats in the back. Because why? Because we chose the fear of the Lord. What are you guys going to tell the Lord? Oh, we didn't even go out when it was 60 or 70. What are y'all going to tell the Lord? That's why in Sirach 2, it's going to say, woe to you that has lost patience.
Yeah.
It says, a man that doubted why the Lord's going to save. The Lord got no reason to save you. You ain't putting your spiritual eggs in the basket.
You're not making a sacrifice.
You ain't committing to have faith.
Yeah.
I remember back then it was 8 hours, and then it's 4 hours. Now it's what, 2 hours?
2 hours. If.
Yep.
Yesterday was 1 hour.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We were outside 1 hour yesterday, like 5 minutes.
But I mean, yesterday was cold, and you know what I mean? That I can understand. But there's shit that don't go on at all.
No.
There's people that literally, they're Israelites that take, it's like weather permitting Israelites.
Yeah, well, it's just to be
Instant.
in season, whether it's convenient or inconvenient. You know, the fear of the Lord is going to drive you.
We used to be like in negative below zero.
Come on,
negative 20. I remember that.
The elders like, man, y'all gotta be out there. The elders had a
newspaper and cardboard on the floor.
Hey man, the elders had to pull us in. I was like, oh, come on in here. Y'all gotta be out there and stuff, man.
Can't even talk and shit.
Hey, but you know what? And this sacrifice gonna be worth it, man.
And that's the point. What are y'all gonna tell the Lord? If we're all Israelites, right? If we're all brothers and Christian sisters, what are y'all gonna tell the Lord then? Because the Lord's gonna be like, well, you gotta do what you do. Hands in their pocket. What are you gonna tell the Lord?
Right.
Because if you read the Bible, you know that the Lord has a certain way, a certain conduct. All right. Even in Matthew it talks about austere men. Even in Hebrews when it says that he rejected Esau. There's repetitive thoughts in the scriptures. None of them got annulled. It doesn't say, well, then Esau died and therefore this, because it would have said that. Okay, because it told you everything else. It told you that after 1,000 years, it told you about Esau, which is these countries that share military power. It says that they shall hate those. So basically, essentially, your friendships are only as far as your daughter goes with Esau, and that's perfect because that's who you are. Why does Esau expect for the world to take off or give them their seat when you dethroned everybody to sit down? You kicked everybody out. This is your club now. There's no music. There's no hoes.
Yeah,
Man,
for real.
definitely no hoes.
And he's looking at our club like, damn, man, we're talking about wives?
Right.
Over there?
Right.
GM sex? What?
Yes.
Right.
You heard it here first.
That's the breakdown, nigga.
It does say if thou hast another wife.
Yo,
How can you have another if you don't have one?
bro.
Ain't talking about a widow either.
Come on, brother.
Come
man.
on.
Hey, we don't close out.
I got one real quick. This is the book of Sirach 25 and verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th, notifications. And then the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And right, the Lord YAHAWASHI is tearing this man's kingdom apart brick by brick, man. Hey, the Lord is exposing Esau Edom through this word. The Lord is putting the spirit on Esau Edom to tell on himself, man. And ultimately, what the money system is crashing. So everything that we're seeing right now is ultimately what aiming towards Esau's downfall. Man.
That's right.
So
That was it.
yeah, that's it. So all praises to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Kakodash.
all right, double honors to Apostle and the elders.
Above,
Above. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
If we could, we wish we could be here for the next 4 hours.
Read out, read.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
That was fine.
Wives. They get catered to. It says Corinthians.